I'm Shearer and I'm Head of Prints and Multiples here at Lion & Turnbull. And today I'm going to talk about Damien Hirst and a couple of his works which are featured in our Prints and Multiples auction taking place in January. Damien Hirst has become one of the most significant figures in contemporary art and is pretty much a household name. He rose to prominence as one of the YBAs, the Young British Artists, in London in the late 80s and through the 90s. His work explores themes around life, death, and the meaning of the human experience, particularly our belief systems and how they can be unsettled and uncertain. Modern medicine and the pharmaceutical industry is a particular preoccupation for Hirst, and in the 90s he started a series of works called the spot paintings, exploring ideas around human making versus machine making. So these are painted by humans but look like they could be made by machine. And then explored these in a pharmaceutical sense, engaging with the idea of our current undying devotion to medicine as a sort of saviour to save off our eventual death. He named many of these works after chemical compounds or pharmaceutical products, and this is something we see recurring in his print work. So in this work behind me, we have the multicoloured spots that we see in the spot paintings and we see in the pharmaceutical series, but in this instance he's layered that with gold glitter to explore ideas of sort of value and what we find compelling and what we think of as luxury and commodity. Damien Hirst often returns to recurring themes, motifs and ideas in his work, and they repeat throughout his career. In this work, Victory Over Death, he reproduces a likeness of one of his most famous sculptures, For the Love of God, from 2007. An 18th century human skull that he cast in platinum and then embedded with over 8,000 diamonds. Here, it's shown in a sea of black ink, sort of emerging towards us from the darkness. And the artist has hand-coloured some of the diamonds, so there's little flecks of colour to reproduce that sort of glistening, multicoloured sort of feeling that you get when you look at them in person. So there's sort of some really, really lovely close-up details. But as an overall work, it plays with ideas around life and death, sort of things lingering in the shadows for us, but the joy of living through that, but also ideas around luxury and value. So is the value of a work encrusted with diamonds in the idea, in the execution, or in the materials themselves?